Greetings YouTube, Sega Zombie here,
and Jade,
and welcome to another Sega Wall Lockdown Isolation Special Second Wave. We're going to keep these going, guys. I'm thinking, you know, it's all madness out there. Yeah, we're at a lockdown, but all over the UK, we're in different tiers. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3.
We're actually Tier 2.
Are we Tier 2 here, aren't we? Yeah, so I'm just going to keep these lockdown specials rolling. And someone suggested in comments that we look at the Wii. So we're going to go through the Wii collection. It's had a major cull, because with the first lockdown and when CEX reopened, I was just getting rid of loads of games because they were just given such ridiculously high trading values.
I did
so
as well, didn't I?
yeah, you got rid of your collection, didn't you? And so there is a lot of big hitters missing here, guys, but they're games that I think I can easily replace. Most of what I'm missing is Nintendo in-house, just to upset you, Alex. And yeah, I think it was interesting to go through them because there is some great games on the Wii. And someone that really opened my eyes to the Wii and its collection is today's shout out. And today's shout out is going to Russ Retro Bear.
Hello, this is the Retro Bear speaking to you from the Gaming Pantry, or as we like to say now, RB in the GP with the PUV. First up is Hypersports. There we go. It's a 48, 128, 1, 2 and 3.
An absolutely awesome channel, and he was the guy that gave me my original nomination for YouTuber of the Month last year, so I've got a lot to owe Russ for. And yeah, he's that cuddly bear that everyone just wants to give a big cuddle to in the retro community.
I'm sending a cuddle.
But yeah, no, Retro Bear, awesome content. Like I said, he covers a lot of the Wii collection. His Wii collection is mental, and he films everything from his gaming pantry. He's also part of the TMB podcast, which I've got a lot of them to catch up on. I need to catch up on those, but always loving Russ's content. He's currently on 539 subscribers, so get over there. Come on, it's Sega Zombie, the king of the retro community, commanding you all to go over to the Retro Bear and give him a thumbs up, subscribe to his channel.
My head is growing over here. Seriously.
And yeah, no.
Could you
get
big
over
yourself
there.
up anymore?
Oh yeah, but you know, I love this trophy. You know, I never got trophies as a kid, but look at that, babe. YouTube king of the community.
Yeah, but then you have to pass on.
I have got to pass this on, and that is going to happen really soon, actually, because I think I've done my duties, and there's some great contenders out there, some people that I'd love to pass this on to. So watch out, guys. That's a big responsibility. With great powers becomes a great responsibility. So yeah, go over to the Retro Bear, go and subscribe.
And Jade, the king of the community, sent you, right? Gosh.
Well, don't you think I'm doing as I'm told, babe?
No.
After the last video.
You have me. Well, you have me to keep you in touch now, don't you? You know, sort it out.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, I should have really warned this on the last video, shouldn't I? Spell your name in games. I should have really warned this because S. But yeah, I didn't. Jade pointed that out. Yeah, so we're going to focus on the Wii, and like we've both just said, you had a Wii console. I think everyone's had a Wii console, didn't they? It was that big that it brought casual gaming to everyone, really. I remember the grandparents playing Wii Sports and bowling.
The first thing I ever got on my Wii was before I lost all of my weight. I had the Wii Fitboard.
The Wii Fitboard,
and
yeah.
I used to use that to weigh in and do, attempt to do yoga.
Yeah, I remember setting it all up for me mum and that.
Yeah.
She couldn't balance.
Oh, bless her.
No, Nintendo done absolutely brilliant, really, didn't they? Getting people that weren't into games. Also, guys, in comments, let me know of the killer titles that I need to add to the Wii collection. Most of these have been picked up from charity shops, car boot sales. Those of you that have followed my channel for a long time will know the amount of these games that I've picked up from charity shops and the
They
like.
sell them so cheap though.
Yeah, so
It's
cheap.
Crazy.
Car boots you can just like...
But when we've been to charity shops during the lockdown and when they did open up again, there's been nothing.
There's been no games, has
So,
there?
and like obviously as you say, when we sold our consoles, we got a good price for them. So like my children just didn't play it anymore, and they've got the VR and they've got this and they've got that. And it just weren't.
Fortnite's the killer of gaming.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that game, and it brings the worst out in kids.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, because there's so much competitiveness with it. I mean, yeah, admittedly, when you play the Mega Drive game, you have that, oh damn it, but you were against the computer or your mate sat next to you, not online with strangers. I don't like it. But
I think Fortnite's quite a bad thing, really. Yeah.
But they're hooked on it.
Yeah, it's a drug. It's a drug for kids. Right, guys, let's get underway and let's have a look at some of these Wii games. So first up, a great Sega classic, San Domingo.
Never played it.
Awesome game, babe. This originally,
you said
yeah.
we were going to set that up. Maybe we'll do that one night.
Yeah, we need to do that. We'll
Yeah.
film that because that would be really funny. But yeah, San Domingo, a classic Dreamcast game. It come out when rhythm games and dance mat games were like all the craze.
Oh god, I had a dance mat.
Yeah.
My dad would go nuts because it sounded like I was going to come through the ceiling.
But yeah, this took it a step further. You got the dance mat, but you also had maracas as well. So not only did you do the moves, you
I'm sorry, it's not about me. I just want to watch you on it. That would be hilarious. Because this, yeah, we need to get you in the
yeah,
rhythm.
there's no rhythm here.
No. Didn't want to show that.
But yeah, San Domingo, guys, and it plays okay on the Wii. It's not as good as the Dreamcast version. It's not as accurate on the Wiimotes. Yeah, you can't beat the real maracas. But yeah, San Domingo.
Yeah, because I can see it up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next is Super Mario Galaxy 2.
You got any memories of that one, babe?
No.
To be quite honest, it's a series, you know I'm a Sega nut, but I do like Mario. And I absolutely loved the NES ones. I loved Super Mario World on the SNES is probably my favourite.
Mine was the Nintendo 64.
Yeah, see,
I loved that.
It was a revolutionary game, I get that, but yeah,
No, I just loved the storyline to it and the fact that it was more like 3D, like it moved around the character.
You jump in them paintings and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I preferred Mario Sunshine on the GameCube, which was sort of like a step up from that.
I've never seen it.
But people hate on that one. I don't know why. But the Galaxy games I have played, but not that much. So yeah, it's a good one. Right, next up we've got Sonic and the Secret Rings, and I can remember being really excited when I got my Wii and this game was coming out. So looking forward to a Sonic game.
Did it live up to the expectation? I'm
Not
really
quite.
feeling it, yeah.
Again, it's a game that gets a lot of hate, but I actually kind of like this one. Good graphics for the Wii, and it's more on rails. You're kind of, Sonic's running and you're just guiding him on his set paths, really. So I can understand why people thought the gameplay was limited on this game. But I did enjoy it. I did really enjoy Sonic and the Secret Rings. So yeah, a good one.
Well, another Sonic and the Black Knight.
That one I don't know too much about. Again, it's off the sort of like success of the Secret Rings. They kind of kept it sort of like the Sonic universe in fairy tales, sort of.
Well, the only ones that I played with Sonic in was the Olympic games and stuff.
Yeah, we've got some
I
of them
haven't actually
coming up.
played a Sonic-based game on the Wii.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't think that one critically is anywhere near as good as Sonic and the Secret Rings, but, you know, I've not really played that one. And then next up, we've got Ivy the Kiwi, and this is actually made by the creators of Sonic. So, it was Eddie Roller X-Crawl that put me onto this game a long time ago. It's quite a weird game, very unique sort of platform puzzler sort of game. It's really unique graphics. But yeah, an interesting game. you just got to help Ivy find her way home as she bounces, spins and smashes her way past obstacles. It's kind of like hand-drawn. It reminds me a bit like Super Mario World 2. And yeah, a good game. I enjoyed that.
Next is Call of Duty World at War. I've never played Call of Duty games, but I'm not very good at games like this.
The reason why I've got this one in the collection is you can use the Wii Zapper. And it's got like an on-rail shooter section. I think that's the one, yeah. And that's why I've kept this one, because I'm no fan really of the Call of Duties. But as you're going to see, as we go through these, the Wii is brilliant at light gun games. And yeah, I've tried to get all of the light gun sort of inspired games I can get into the collection.
As I say, I tried with VR recently with like shooting, but that just freaks me out because I feel like I'm there, and then like someone's after me shooting, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like it. So yeah.
And then we move on to an absolutely awesome game, and this is one we've got to play 2-player, babe. Batman the Brave and the Bold. It's based on the cartoon, and it actually looks just like you're playing a cartoon. The graphics are really good. It's 2-player, sort of side-scrolling, beat 'em up. And absolutely awesome game. I believe it got released on the DS as well, or the 3DS. But yeah, this is a bit of a hidden gem, as they call it on the Wii. It really is a quality game. Highly recommended, Jade, if you've got it.
Up next we have Cruisin'.
Fantastic series, these. You probably have played some of them. You had Cruisin' USA, Cruisin' World, Cruisin' Europe, I believe. They were very big arcade racing games. This one is just called Cruisin' because I believe it's got some of the people involved with the original, but they didn't get the license fully. But it isn't as good as Cruisin' USA and Cruisin' World, but you know, it's all right. It's not a bad game on the Wii. And the Wii, without Mario Kart and the things like that, some of the arcade races, the Wii sort of suffers a bit. It hasn't got many. But some of the ones that has got, they do really well, and Cruisin' is a good game. It's not a bad game, that. And next up we've got a Sega game, and that is The Conduit. Now this game is actually really pretty good. It kind of delivered on games that previously said this is a first-person shooter, and people were kind of excited about how a first-person shooter would play using the Wii Remote and nunchuck. And up until this game, they had failed at delivering a really good sort of first-person shooter, but The Conduit got it right, and this is actually a really good game. I've yet to play the sequel, but I really enjoyed this game.
Special edition, is it?
Yeah, this is like a special edition one, with a slip case and a special edition hints and tips guide in there. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. I love that box art. Sort of a kind of a throwback to some of the sort of 90s box art games. I really like that.
Up next we've got Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings. Now I've never even seen Indiana Jones, so I have no idea. He's got a whip and a hat.
Babe, we've got to put this right. You have got to watch the Indiana Jones films. It's crazy. I can't believe you've not seen them.
Yeah, but there's a lot of films that I haven't seen, and you're like, oh, we need to watch that. Oh, we need to watch that, and we never do. But well, I'm going to be watching Indiana Jones.
We're gonna make Jade watch Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a good sort of action game, action sort of adventure style game. You know, typical affair of the time, the sort of 3D third person action, action adventure type games. Also, what was really cool with the Wii release of this game is it actually has the point and click Indiana Jones game. I think it was Fate of Atlantis, I might be wrong, but definitely one of the point and click adventures is unlockable in this game. So it's a really good one to have in the collection. And yeah, this is one of the indie games, apart from the point and click games, that I actually really enjoyed playing. So yeah, Indiana Jones Staff of Kings, classic.
So I just haven't watched it.
Next up, we've got a treasure classic here. This is a hell of a game, and it's the newest game I've added to the Wii collection, and that's Sin and Punishment. successor of the Skies. I showed this off in a pickups video, done loads of gameplay on it, and loads of people commented on how amazing this game looked, and it really is one of the best games on the Wii. And it's an on-rail shooter. It's really good and clever how it uses different perspectives. Like one moment you're sort of like face on, a bit like Space Harrier, then it'll be a side view, more like Forgotten Worlds, and it really mixes it up. Adrenaline rush, really fast-paced game. I don't care too much for the story or anything like that, but the actual action of the game is awesome. And yeah, Treasure at their finest, a great game. You've got to get this one in your collection, guys.
Alright, next up we've got Goldeneye.
And that's a remake of the N64 one.
N64. We played that, didn't we?
We did, didn't we, on a little games night with our friends?
Yeah, around my friends one night.
Before lockdown.
Yeah, when life was better. Yeah, no, they have the 64, don't they?
Yeah.
That's crazy, like how square their heads are.
All the angles of the polygons.
Yeah, so maybe I might enjoy that one then. Because I do enjoy the Nintendo 64 version.
I can't say I've ever played that version of GoldenEye.
That's compatible with the Zapper.
With the Wii Zapper as well.
Oh, a little bit of zappage going on.
Hence why it's kept in the collection, I suppose, because I thought, that'll work with the Wii Zapper.
Ah, no, maybe it will, because I love the film as well.
Yeah, great film.
I haven't seen many of them.
Well, Pierce Brosnan, that's probably the only one of his I really liked, GoldenEye. I didn't mind Tomorrow Never Dies, but they were all a bit too cheese for me. Roger Moore was the best cheesy Bond. No one could beat that. Oh my god. We've got one still covered in CEX stickers here, so this is one I've picked up from there for a £5, and that is Resident Evil, The Dark Side Chronicles. Absolutely fantastic light gun game. A bit more in depth than the House of the Dead series because it's Resident Evil, but it is a fantastic on-rail shooter, this. Bit more puzzle elements, paths to choose to go down, but yeah, quality game, nice graphics as well. Really enjoyed this game.
Take that! Up next we have Resident Evil: The Umbrella Chronicles. I haven't played any of this because, as I say, the only one I have played is on VR. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I shit myself. Literally, I remember when you had to go, you're like, it's just cut my arm off. I was just like, oh my god, now I can't play it, but yeah.
Yeah, no, that's an on-rail shooter, just like the Dark Side Chronicles. This is the original, the Umbrella Chronicles. Again, a fantastic game. If you love House of the Dead or anything like that, that's a great mix. Yeah, House of the Dead, on-rail shooter, but Resident Evil. So really, really cool. And then next up, we've got Metroid Prime Corruption. The third one in the series. Again, it took the Metroid games and made them first-person shooters. Very slow-paced. I must admit, these games look fantastic, play really well, but I get bored of them. The backwards and forwards. I'm going to upset Alex here, but I'm not much of a gamer when it comes to that Metrovania, as they call it, where you've got to keep going backwards and forwards through the same levels. The only game really that's captured me with that style was Castlevania Symphony of the Night. That game I absolutely adored. I don't think it's ever been beaten, and they kind of introduced that into this first-person shooter, and yeah, they're quality games. I can see why people love them, but they're just not me.
Right, next up we have Dewey's Adventure.
Looks like a platformer. To be honest, I've not played this one. So let us know in comments, guys, is this one any good? Yeah, it looks like a sort of puzzly, platformy type game.
Yeah, no.
But it's Konami, so it must be half decent. But then again, Konami, they were great in the 90s, not so much after that. Next up, guys, we've got Sonic Unleashed. This is a game that out of the Sonic franchise, really, the one I know the least amount.
Does he change, does he?
Yeah, in certain parts of the game you change into a werehog. And this was at a time when Sega just kept on changing Sonic around. They thought that people wanted to keep putting different variations of Sonic into the games and adding these silly little sort of ideas into the sort of Sonic universe, and I don't think it really worked. Us Sonic fans, we just wanted a solid Sonic game, a Sonic game that played like the 2D games but was 3D. And unfortunately Sega never really captured that, but what they used to do was throw in these silly themes and ideas.
I was going to say, because there's quite a few Sonic.
Yeah, where they've sort of changed him up, and yeah, Sonic Unleashed, I don't know much about this. I didn't really enjoy it, so hence why this is probably, other than the Sonic on the Xbox 360, which was god awful, I've not really played this game much at all.
Right, next got Mario Strikers Charged Football.
Great game, and actually
it's sketched.
Yeah,
Is that what it's actually like?
The actual artwork to it is really, really good, isn't it? I really like that box art. But the actual game is really fun. It kind of reminds me of Sega Soccer Slam come out, and yeah, again, I used to love sport games, football games that sort of like took it and made it a little bit different with superpowers and special moves. And yeah, it worked really well. And Mario Strikers Charge on the Wii, really recommend it. Yeah, great game. And then next up we've got Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz. This is where the series took a massive dive, really. It just didn't translate very well to the Wiimote. Again, Sega were trying to get you to use the motion. Kind of, you wanted it to work. You wanted to be able to use the Wiimote and it all worked, but it just wasn't accurate enough for me. And then they took it a step further with, I can't remember the title of it, but there's another monkey ball game on the Wii where you actually use the Wii Fit balance board. You know, and they just like took it too far. You won't beat the original Monkey Balls on the GameCube. They were the best two games, and then from then on, they slowly got worse. And yeah, this isn't great, guys.
Right, next we have Endless Ocean. Is it just like a...
Yeah, you're just like swimming in, like, it's like an adventure game and you're just swimming in the ocean. It's real tranquil. Quite a lot relaxing game.
Yeah. It's more of like an experience.
Yeah, it is kind of just sort of like a tranquil game. Yeah, sets the mood, you know, just relaxes you. Then we move on to two quality light gun games, both arcade conversions, and we've got Gunblade New York Special Air Assault Force and LA Machine Guns Rage of the Machines. Two great arcade games in one pack, which is awesome. And these games are okay. They're not like House of the Dead. They're not as good as that or Virtual Cop or any of the great classics, but they're average. They're not bad. And
you use the zapper on it.
You use the zapper. Light gun games, classics. I highly recommend this. This isn't an expensive set to get. So yeah, grab it, guys.
Next we have Medal of Honor Heroes 2.
I don't know why I've kept that one, to be quite honest. I have a massive box of Wii stuff that I'm looking to move on and get rid of. I think that one needs to be added, really. I think I might have held on to it thinking that was the on-rail shooter one. But I don't think it is.
Oh, well, so enough said on that game.
Yeah. And then we move on to another awesome light gun game, and that is Dead Space Extraction. Now, I really love Dead Space series on the PlayStation 3. It kind of is like Resident Evil, but in space, and like they're really quite sinister. It is really spooky. People get like possessed like with these aliens, a bit like The Thing, and yeah, they mutate and come after you. So I was really excited when I found out that Dead Space was released on the Wii. But what made this even better is it's an on-rail shooter, a game like Resident Evil, Umbrella Chronicles and House of the Dead, you know, and it's a quality game, really atmospheric and captures Dead Space really, really well. So again, a really great cinematic action horror game on the Wii. Grab it, guys.
Right, next is Trauma Centre Second Opinion. Do you actually do like little operations and stuff?
Yeah, you do all
I've
the
heard
operations.
about this, but because you know I'm like with theme hospital and stuff. I like my little hospital.
Yeah, you'll like this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's an Atlas release, and they're, you know, regarded very highly, Atlas. And yeah, they're not bad games. They come out on the DS as well. Next up, we've got Dead Rising Chop Till You Drop. Now, I love Dead Rising, the original on the Xbox 360 when that released. That game was incredible. I can remember it was the first game that really truly shoo a horde of zombies. You know, up until then, Resident Evil, you got 1, 2, maybe 3 zombies in screen at once. This game on the 360 introduced an absolute horde, like 100 zombies at once, and you've just got to plough your way through them. Great series of games, and Dead Rising Chop Till You Drop is a scaled down version on the Wii, but an enjoyable one. It's not bad, but yeah, it's not on par with the 360 version, but it's not a bad game. Enjoyed it.
Next we have Boom Blocks.
And this one's a really cool puzzle game, actually, a bit like Jenga.
Alright. Oh yeah, no.
Yeah. And actually from Steven Spielberg, the director of Jaws.
And picked it up for a pound. Bargain.
Bargain. That is a good game. That's a fun game, actually.
That's just crazy. There's so many I haven't heard of.
Yeah. And I've kept this one just because of Star Wars, really. Star Wars The Force Unleashed. I did enjoy this game. Not that I can really remember much about it, but I remember buying it when it first released on, again, I believe it was the PlayStation 3, so I've never played the Wii version of it. But yeah, it's the Star Wars universe, so good game.
Right, next up we've got Mad World.
Another great game, this one. Published by Sega. And who was the, who was the creator? The developers of this game? Platinum Games, that's it. This was one of Platinum Games' early games. And this is really cool. It's kind of, sort of like a wrestling sort of move set. And it's all set sort of like, kind of reminds me of the Runner Man. It's all sort of like in a game show. You just got around aimless killing. And the whole game is set in black and white, except for blood, obviously, is red. And yeah, an iconic game, really good, really cheap. You can pick this up for £1, £2. Mad World, grab it, great game. Another really early game on the Wii that I picked up back in the day, a Capcom game, and that is Zack and Wiki. An awesome game, this, and sort of like a modern version of a point and click. Really works well with the Wii remote, and yeah, it's a puzzle action game. You have very similar sort of like puzzles that you would get in a point and click game, and yeah, awesome cartoon graphics. Really enjoyed this, and yeah, a great game on the Wii.
Alright, next we have Link's Crossbow Training.
Again, another sort of light gun game. It's not bad. It's quite an enjoyable game.
Not to be sold separately.
Yeah, it's supposed to come in sort of like a box set.
Oh, right.
But yeah, I haven't got that.
Oh, okay. No.
Yeah, it's not a bad game. Sort of like set, obviously, in the Zelda universe. But yeah. A game I really did enjoy on the NES and the Super Nintendo is Punch-Out! And yeah, this is sort of like a retelling, really. Sort of like a remake of the originals. Little Mac is back. But yeah, a quality game on the Wii. This one of my favourites again. a super game, and you can use the Wii balance board with this one as well. Not that I've ever tried that, but yeah, no, quality little game. I just love the cartoon boxers, the real sort of like caricature fighters that you're fighting, and yeah, and it's a really nice update to the NES Classic. So yeah, great game, Punch Out.
I think the boards were used as well for like moving, like to duck and stuff.
Yeah, to
weren't
duck
they?
and weave. Yeah.
Yeah, because what one did I can't remember what I used to play on mine, but I used to duck. Was it? No, I think that was one of the Olympic game type ones, and you moved on the board.
Probably.
Right, next we have Scarface. The world is yours.
Another film you've yet to see, babe. You've got to see Scarface.
Alright. We need to maybe do a video on the films I've never seen.
Yeah, that would be a
That'll
good
go
one.
on for quite a while.
The next lockdown special, the films that Jade is yet to see.
We're going to be there a while, I reckon. But yeah, no,
What interests me on this is Nintendo. It's not very often you get an 18 certificate game on a Nintendo console. I'm always ribbing Alex about this with the Mega Drive, Super Nintendo. You know, Nintendo's always been very family orientated and for kids. But no, it's good to see Scarface. I've not played it, but I intended to. And maybe one day I might actually sit down and play it. But love the film, a classic film. And yeah, I've heard good things about the game, so I will definitely give that a play. And then we go on to a launch game again, and I love this, and that is Excite Truck. Absolutely, like I said, there's not that many arcade sort of racing games on the Wii, but when there is, they're really good. And this is one of my favourites on the Wii. I just love the mechanics of it, the gameplay, you know, when you're doing the big jumps and you land it just right, you add to your sort of like nitro boost, and yeah, it's a fantastic game. It just plays so well, and yeah, the crazy jumps you can do in it. You just like end up jumping over sort of like literally as high as a mountain, and you know, you go crashing through trees. Really nice graphics. I really like the graphics of this game, and yeah, it's a really fun game. Highly recommend Excite Truck.
Next up we have redstill.
A launch game on the Wii. Didn't really live up to expectations. There was a lot of hype of this game in the magazines, I remember. A lot of promise in this game, and it didn't kind of deliver in the end. I enjoyed it because on the launch of the Wii, there weren't that many games to play, and I remember this was one that I got on the launch. And yeah, it's kind of very stop-start. It's a first-person type game, but it's very slow, and you kind of like can't move around and shoot. You've got to be a bit more strategic in how you play it. But yeah, not a bad game. Graphically not great though, very PS2 looking. So yeah. And then next up we have 3 games in one, and that is Mad Dog McGree Gunslinger Pack. So you've got Mad Dog McGree, Mad Dog 2, and The Bounty Hunter. Now, I absolutely loved these games back in the day. They have not aged well though, unfortunately. But these are your FMV games, and these were big on the Sega CD in America. Unfortunately, it never got a release in the UK, but it was on the 3DO, the Philips CDI, the movies type games. Full motion video. Loved it in the arcades. It kind of doesn't play that great on the Wii. I remember it being a lot more responsive and accurate in the arcades, and when I've played it on the 3DO and the Mega CD, it seems to be a little bit off on the Wii, and it was massively disappointing because I was really looking forward to playing this, but it's okay. It just, the detection's off and it makes it really difficult to play. But yeah, it's so cheesy. The acting in it is so funny. Really funny game. So cheesy, it's good. So yeah, I recommend it on that just for the laughs, really.
Alright, next we have Guilty Gear X Core.
Fighting game, very popular. Loads of people that are into their 2D fighters absolutely love the Guilty Gear games. The only one I've ever really got into is the Dreamcast one, Guilty Gear X. I kind of like that one, but I don't know much about the universe of it and the setting of it and the characters. Didn't capture me like Street Fighter did, if I'm being honest. But I know it's got a lot of fans, this game, and it seems to play well on the Wii. But yeah, it's one I've just kept hold of because it's a 2D fighter, really.
Okay.
Right, next up, guys, we've got Deadly Creatures. And this is a fantastic game on the Wii. You play as a tarantula or a scorpion. And what I really love is you sort of like fight giant snakes and yeah, you're sort of like, and it's an adventure game. As you can see on there, it won Best of E3 and in 2008, I'd imagine that was, 08. Really, really cool game. Battle fearsome predators, cinematic finishing moves. A really fun game, and what's really cool is it's set sort of like, you know, from the perspective of a spider. You know, you're walking around people's gardens and in caves, and you see sort of like cars and things like that. It works really, really well, and yeah, I've really enjoyed playing this one. Highly recommend it. Again, dirt cheap on the Wii, so well worth picking up. Ooh.
Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games. I played more just the Olympic games.
More Olympic ones, yeah.
But yeah, no, I have had a little go on this before.
You've probably played these more than me because I've barely played them.
But the last time that I played this game was at the amusements.
Yeah, in the arcade.
And yeah. I can't remember, it was quite interactive as well. You stood on and it actually picked up you moving and stuff like that. Yeah, we played that and it was fun. But no, as I said, it's more the Olympic Games, the original, like the trampoline and all of that I've played more. So yeah.
An absolute classic from the arcades and on the Dreamcast, Sega Bass Fishing. Still got the labels. Look, 75 pence from CEX. An awesome game.
Was it when you actually had the reel?
Yeah, on the Dreamcast. Yeah, you've got the actual fishing rod. And yeah, an absolutely classic.
I see it over there.
Yeah, classic game. I don't like that box art though. Really off-putting, that box art. Don't know why, but yeah, Sega Bass Fishing.
Right, next we have Heatseeker.
Kind of a modern day version of Afterburner, done by Codemasters. It's okay. It's not a bad little sort of like arcadey sort of airplane shooter. Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay.
Now we come to my favourite game on the Wii, and this game is absolutely awesome, and that is Ghost Squad. Everyone that has a Wii has to have this game in their collection. You can literally pick this up for £1, so there's no excuses, it's dirt cheap. And this was the last game to be released on a console by the absolutely amazing AM2 department. It took the arcade game, which is already a fantastic light gun game, and just made it even better. They've added so many different features to this game. An absolute classic. You've got to own it, guys. You've got to own this one in your collection.
Sonic Rider Zero Gravity. Another Sonic.
Yep, again. This one they sort of like was trying to sort of get the formula of a racing game, a bit like Mario Kart. But yeah, for me, I never really enjoyed any of those games.
No, they're more hovering, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like the classic Mario Kart and that sort of style rather than...
Yeah, where that game didn't work, the next one we got is an absolute gem. And I think a Mario Kart beta, definitely its sequel, is better to me than Mario Kart. And that is Sonic AllStars Racing. This game is absolutely superb. I think a lot of people, because of Mario Kart, didn't give this the credit it deserves. This is a fantastic game.
Guilty.
Set in loads of Sega IP. So if you're a massive Sega fan, you've got so many races and that all based on different Sega games and franchises.
Yeah, because I've just seen the little...
Yeah, you've got the monkey, Samba, the Amigo. You've got it all in this game, and the sequel unfortunately never come out on the Wii, but it did come out on the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and that is Sonic and All-Star Racing Transformed. That game is just a Mario Kart beater 100%, in my opinion. And this game is awesome. Great game.
Next up we have Knight's Journey of Dreams.
This was the long-awaited sequel to the original Knights on the Sega Saturn, which is actually a really cool game done by Sonic Team. We never got a Sonic game or a standalone proper Sonic game on the Saturn, and Sonic Team decided to do Knights, which is sort of supposed to take over from Sonic really. And it's a great little game. It's not bad on the Wii. It critically got slammed because Knights spoke, and yeah, kind of, I can see why people didn't like it. It's okay, an average game, nowhere near as good as the original though. No. And then we move on to one of Sonic Team's best games on the Wii, and that is Sonic Colors. This is a fantastic Sonic 3D game, whereas all the others were rubbish or average at best. This is really good. I really enjoyed this game. Great visuals. Again, it takes the level design and its environments back to Sonic, kind of, and it works really well. And you've got these wisp characters that they give you different powers, so again, Sega have sort of mixed up, but it works with this one. And a great little game, highly recommend it, Sonic Colors. I believe this also was released on the 3DS or the DS. But yeah, the Wii
I was going to say, I think I've seen it, but the boys had it on the DS.
Yeah.
Right, next we have Virtua Tennis 2009. Quite good graphics though.
Awesome game, Virtua Tennis. Originally an arcade game, then again released on the Dreamcast. We had Virtua Tennis and Virtua Tennis 2. And it was a really popular series, and Sega brought so many different versions out on all the different consoles.
They brought out the Motion Plus controller as well.
Yes, they did, yeah, and that game's compatible with that. So it gives you more precision on the remote. So yeah, not bad. Pretty cool. And then finally in my pile we've got Jambo Safari Ranger Adventure. Now I picked this up, one, because it's Sega, and you had Jambo Safari in the arcades, and it never come out on the Dreamcast. And this is kind of a take on that. It takes the sort of arcade element and sort of makes an adventure game out of it. It's cheesy, it doesn't really work. The game is full of glitches, to be fair.
It's pants.
Yeah, I wanted it to be better than it was,
It
but
sucks.
I really enjoy going around as a ranger, capturing the animals, because you're protecting them. You've got to like get them out of danger and stuff like
quite
that.
a slow sort of game there, sort of.
It works really well, a bit like Crazy Taxi and the stuff like that when you're in the Jeep and you're actually just lassoing and catching the animals or taking photographs of them. But when it's wanting you to do the sort of story mode and you're just aimlessly driving around, it's a bit glitchy. It don't run that great. But yeah, the actual action side of it works, but the exploration and sort of adventure side of it really doesn't. So, but yeah, it's one you'll pick up really cheap, so worth a try. And it is quite fun going around in your Jeep, lassoing cheetahs and chasing all these different animals. It's pretty good. So that's all the sort of like standalone, sort of like single box games. And I've got a couple of big box games here. And one of them is Cabela's Survival Shadows of Katamai. I probably butchered that, but this is quite a cool game. We're probably not politically correct in this day and age though, because you're actually hunting animals quite a bit in it. But it kind of puts it into a survival horror-esque sort of thing, like you're being hunted by like ferocious wolves and bears and things like that.
That's a game
but yeah, it's not bad, and you've got the big sniper rifle there, which you put the Wii remote in, and it plays okay. Enjoyed playing this one quite a bit, but yeah, not a bad game and a nice box set to add to the collection. And then we move on to one of my favourite franchises of all time with Sega, and that is House of the Dead. And this one is the special offer zombie pack, which you get the House of the Dead 2 and 3. Unfortunately, not the original House of the Dead, which is guttering. Why Sega never done that and brought all 3 out, but there's 2 and 3 on now. And you get the Wii Zapper included into this set. But I really love the set because I love House of the Dead. I had to have that box set. It's really cool. And then finally, probably my second favourite game on the Wii, and that is the House of the Dead Overkill. What a fantastic game this is. This is the hand cannon which they released with it, and there's the special edition release of the game. Like a grindhouse film, like a B movie, loads of swearing, loads of cheesy acting, and it's just an absolute gore fest. It really is. Really funny game, real fun game. Again, an 18 certificate on the Wii, but this is fantastic, guys. If you've not played this game, you've got to. It really is good. Kind of sort of a bit like Quentin Tarantino-esque, with sort of like some of the script and style of it. And yeah, it's a massive homage to sort of grindhouse and B movies. Really fun game. The House of the Dead Overkill, guys, get it. So there we go, guys. There is my Wii collection. Please, in comments, let us know what games you think that I need to add to the collection. I know there's a lot of in-house Nintendo first-party games that I don't own, and but yeah, let us know in comments down below, what are your favourite Wii games? What ones do you rate in your top 10? And yeah, that's it for this one.
And I'll get Scott on the maracas. That's all I keep thinking about now. A little dance on that.
But yeah, until the next time, guys, I'm Sega Zombie.
I'm Jade.
Goodbye.
Sega Zombie. Sega Zombie. Sega Zombie.